I pozdrav svima ljudi, dobrodošli u nešto. Danas gledamo reakciju čovjeka koji je napravio ovaj video jako dobro. Sad ćete vidjeti. Ja sam već ovo pogledao. Sad ćete vidjeti kako ovo dobro napravljeno. Gledajte, 3, 4 sata. Ako mislite da je ovo lagano, to uopšte nije. Vjerujte mi, ovo je jako teško. Jer ti trebaš izrezati jako, na primjer, ako sad je ovo uzeo paradajz, ti moraš toliko mali dio osjeći. Toliko tanko da bude da skineš, pa opet sniješ, pa skineš, ali moraš brzo tipkat, znaš. Tako da ovo je jako teško, svakom čast. Gledajte, ovo je teško, sam Bog sačuva. A vidite koliko ovo treba biti tanko. Vidite. To je teško. Evo, vidite koliko je to tanko. U bencu sjeći tanko, znači to toliko. Vidite ovo, krompir. Vidite. Ajoj. Ajao. Vidi ovo. Vidi. Ovo je teško da sam Bog sačuva. Vidite ovo. Vidi. On sve ovo radi da bi mi mogli samo reći kako cool. On sve ovo radi da bi mi rekli kako je ovo cool. Znači, to je to. Da je ovo sam cool, to je to. Gledajte, ovo nije sad ono teško napraviti, ne, nije ovo sad teško napraviti, nego smor, znači, mnogo je smor, eto. Nije ovo teško napraviti, ovo uopšte nije teško napraviti, ja sam na početku videa rekao da je lagano napraviti, ali ovo samo smor, jako veliki smor, radit. I dosadno je, da sam Bog sačuva. Vidjet ću možda još neke klipove od njega, kanal je. Čitajte si sami. Šta vam ja imam čitati? A mu subscribe za trud. Da vidimo. Sad procijenite koliko mu je ovo dugo trebalo. Procijenite. Procijenite. Aj procijenite sad. Koliko je njemu trebalo? Vidite, još luk da plače. Ajmo pogledati da vidimo. Evo već izgleda zanimljiva čokolada. Ja mislim da je to mnogo lakše. Ja mislim da je ovo mnogo lakše. Nadamo se. Kako izgleda nije. Druže, si ti lud. Pokazuj se ludnjaka.
I've eaten a bunch. The challenge for this video is to animate Valentine's Day chocolates. This is going to be a bit different because the videos I normally make, I focus on animating a character, animating a performance, but this chocolate animation is going to be completely technical. And by technical, I mean almost machine-like. I'm not going to be thinking about increments or movement at all. I'm just going to be cutting an even amount of chocolate away every single frame. So there's little thinking that goes into this animation. I have a ton of patience for stop motion animation, but this is the type of work that even pushes my limits. Because there's no thinking involved in this animation, it's just hundreds of frames of the exact same thing every time. So on that note, let's have some fun animating this chocolate. Here's my animation setup. I have some basic lights. Camera, I'm shooting with a 200mm lens, and that's so I can set the camera far back but zoom in really close on the chocolate. And I sit here, and this is my chocolate cutting station. So I have a blade and just some stuff to keep the equipment clean, some heat to get through the chocolate. And for the actual animation, I've done this plexiglass between two tables setup, and that lets me have the green behind. And from the camera's perspective, it's just a chocolate floating against a perfect green. So what that lets me do is I don't have to worry about green spill or shadows on the green surface. So that's going to be really easy to work with when editing. Yeah, that's the setup. Working with chocolate obviously has its challenges. I'm wearing gloves because it's super messy, and I'm trying to limit the amount of heat.
Si normalan,
druže. As I'm working with it. Ideally, I could shave off like the tiniest amount and get this perfect warping inside, but it's just not possible. It's a little chunkier than I want it to be, but that's the way it goes. The most annoying part of this animation, by far, is lining up the chocolate.
Ljudi, ja sam primijetio da ovaj čovjek ništa ne treba editati, jer lik doslovno u videu je napravio cijeli edit, pa mu ne treba raditi drugi edit.
In the exact same spot every time.
Savršeno.
Because I'm using such a long lens and zooming in so closely, even if it's off by a hair, I have to like poke the chocolate delicately around. And that gets more and more difficult as I start melting it with my hands, because it's like the chocolate will stick to the glove and I'll pull it around and mess it up. So yeah, it's just tedious work. As much as I'm complaining about how difficult this is, I'm still having a lot of fun. It's really cool to come up with an idea and to see it through at the most advanced level you can possibly do. I love the problem-solving aspect of stop motion. You know, I often hear, oh, you must have so much patience to be a stop-motion animator. But I don't see it that way.
Druže, čovječe, ono sa povrćem što smo sada mi gledali, malo prije, ono bilo, znači 10 puta lakše i bolje. Jer je ono, znači, lakše je bilo i bolje je. Ti sad praviš sad nešto još teže, što neće toliko ni biti gledano, nego ono, bravo.
I love solving problems, and I like puzzles, and that's how I see stop motion. To me, it doesn't take patience to do this. It takes a desire to want to solve problems. Every frame is a problem that needs to be solved. So it's tedious, but in the best possible way, and I love it. So every frame, I'm carefully using this blade, and I'm using a bit of heat over this candle. And the warm blade just glides right through the chocolate and gives a nice even cut. That way I'm not like smushing the chocolate, and it's holding its shape.
Uvijek će se na čokoladi.
So once the chocolate has been cut, I toggle back and forth and try to get it right back to that starting position. In the final video, the chocolate is going to move along into the cut, but you can see here that I've actually animated it the other way. with the cut moving up the chocolate. And that's because it's just a bit easier to line up the chocolate in the exact same spot each frame. And then I'll, in the computer, move the chocolate along.
Mene boli
If I try to
duša.
animate it physically moving along into that cut,
Udače
I think there are just
jedan.
too many variables involved.
Ti si
Working at
luđi
this
od
scale, and it
mene.
would just wobble and twist all over the place. So this is
Dakle, ako ima
making
puno
animation
pregleda.
much easier.
Crte. Čekaj. Znači, lik ima... pa nije to puno. Ja sam mislio da će biti barem milion. Najmanje.
I found that getting through the majority of each chocolate hasn't been that difficult. It's just time consuming, but it's that last 10% of the chocolate that is such a pain. Because it gets really tiny, and as I cut it, it heats up with me handling it. So by the end, yeah, it's just a messy blob of melted chocolate that I'm trying to animate. And it's extremely difficult to handle that last bit of chocolate because it'll stick to my finger with the glove, it'll stick to the blade of the knife. So it's just this balance of trying to perfectly maneuver it into the right spot. I would have liked to animate the end of each chocolate a lot more clean, just like nice, perfect cuts, but yeah, that end is just too tough. So most of the chocolates just kind of blob out. And that's fine. It's chocolate. It's not going to work perfectly, so it is what it is. All right, that wraps up 300 frames of chocolate animation. Very easy animation, but very difficult staying interested. This was the type of animation where I actually just had my phone here watching TV shows, because you can kind of turn your brain off and just work through it. But yeah, that's it for the animation. Things look a little rough right now, but I'm excited to get it into the computer. I'm gonna, perfect things and even things out a bit. I always like to record my own sound effects. And for this animation, I want some really satisfying, almost relaxing sound effects. So I'm gonna get some various dry and wet foods rubbing and crunching. Rubbing and crunching.
To možeš raditi u svojoj sobi. Kao ležeš.
Okay. Let's take a quick look at the post-production process. So this is the chocolate animation as it came out of the camera. So you can see that it's wiggling around a bit. It's kind of unstable. It's also melting. So the first step is to stabilize and clean up the animation. So when I play this back, you can see that it's rock solid and that I've gotten rid of all that melting business. Once the animation is stabilized, then I'll go in and key out the green. So this is the cleaned up and keyed version of the chocolate. Then of course, once this animation is all prepared, I'll bring it into the main composition and add the motion of it traveling across the screen. And I'll also color correct everything. So that's the raw look of the chocolate as it was filmed. And then I've warmed it up and made it a lot more chocolate-like. So that's the full process that I would do for each chocolate. Alright, that wraps up this video. I think next time I'm going to get back to something with a little more performance and character to it. Leave a comment and let me know if you want to see a specific object or performance that I can animate. I'm always open to suggestions. But until then, I hope you enjoyed watching me animate some Valentine's Day chocolates. Thanks for checking this out, and I'll see you in the next video.
Sad se skontali. Ne. Eto šta je čovjek sve morao odraditi. Eto. Sve ono odradio, ja ne mogu vjerati. Tako da, to je to ljudi od ove epizode, ja nadam se da svi, ako jeste, ostavite like, subscribe, a mi se vidimo u sljedećoj epizodi.